Hello everybody, hello today, 11th of July 2020. My name is Sergey Baklikov, you're watching Real Russia channel. Now it's about like 8:25 p.m. in Pskov. Pskov, one of the oldest towns of Russia. I came here today in a frame of my huge road trip that I'm making this year. I have started from the cities on Volga River, then the Golden Ring. Now I'm in Pskov, and today it's going to be a great live because the weather is good. It's a little bit windy, so I'm in a sweater, a light sweater, but the weather just okay. It's pretty warm. Let me know if you can hear me well. I see that you're already joining, which is good. Don't forget likes, because likes is an activity, and it is like pushing this live stream. Okay. Here in Pskov, Pskov is located in western, in the west of European parts of Russia, on a place where Pskova River meets Velikaya, the Great River, Velikaya. This is 217 kilometers from Novgorod the Great, 743 kilometers from Moscow, and 250 kilometers from St Petersburg. I came here from St Petersburg. Also on a way to St Petersburg I visited Gatchina, the town of Gatchina. Filmed also like several live streams there, check them out as well. Okay, now let's start exploring this city in a live format. Actually, a year ago I already been here, but it was a regular format. Now let's check it out in a format of the live stream. Keep watching, comment, like, subscribe if you're not yet, and don't forget about the super chats. Logi Beats already made the first super chat. Thank you so much, all the time supporter. Here we go again. Yesterday was awesome. I'm happy all the music is still in that video. So much fun. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good that YouTube never recognized any track. Maybe it will happen later because, you know, YouTube now also can, you know what can do YouTube? It can recognize even the covers, you know. Well, anyway, it is already another video, and let's start exploring. I'm in the historical city center of Pskov, and now I'm gonna make the way from the railway station of Pskov. Even though Pskov was damaged too much during the World War II, however, this railway station is pre-revolutionary one, the original building. Well, of course, like renovated, refurbished, but it's still the same building as it was in 1863 when Pskov was just, when this railway station was just opened. And first of all, I want to say that it's not accidentally that I'm starting here. The thing is, right in front of the railway station here is located the chapel. And you know, this chapel is dedicated to the abdication of the throne of the last Russian Tsar, Emperor Nicholas II. You know, the thing is, this railway station pretty significant historically, because staying exactly on the station of Pskov at the 2nd of March 1917, Nicholas II, he signs the abdication of the throne, and that's actually when the dynasty of Romanovs as the Tsars and just all the Tsarism in Russia was completely over with this. And even though Nicholas II abdicated from the throne, however, a year after, he and his family was executed, which is not good. Executed in Ipatiev house of Ekaterinburg. Now, little by little from here, I will go to the main place, Pskov Kremlin, which is here called Krom, Krom, Krom. Look, such a beautiful railway station. The kind of architecture that I definitely love. You know, neoclassical. I remember that when I've been here last year, it was a pretty quiet and comfy city. Only 210,000 residents here. And I remember that I noticed it's last year, and I can see this right away now, that here is pretty much developed the public transportation. So many buses everywhere all the time. So this is chapel, which is dedicated to the abdication of the throne by Nicholas II, and that was the end. Actually, that was the end of Tsars, emperors, Russia, the end of Russian Empire. So good to see that you guys are joining. And look, 2 new super chats. Editor TMS, I can't believe my ancestors ever left such a beautiful city. Sergey, I cannot say thank you enough for allowing us to see Russia in a real light. You're welcome. And Mickey Macbeth, thank you too. Now I'm already in the historical city center. I will go to October's Prospect, October's Avenue of this city, and that's how we'll get to Kremlin, Pskov Kremlin. Pskov was founded in 903. I mean, the first mention in a chronicles, in the historical chronicles, in the scripts that they were making, the first mention about Pskov as about the city, the town, was made in 903. It was founded after the Great Princess Olga got a vision. She's got a vision. She saw like the 3 equal sun rays were getting down on the ground, and they were directed on a place where is now located the Trinity Cathedral. She said that that's where must be the Trinity Cathedral, and that is now the central object, the central place of Pskov Kremlin. Pretty quiet city. Well, yeah, like, well, first off, it's Saturday. It's Saturday. The time is almost 9 p.m. But I believe that it is quiet in the regular days too. The city was damaged pretty much during the World War II. So in the historical city center here is also a lot of the Soviet residential buildings. Like this is Khrushchev residential building. They were developing the residential buildings again. But yeah, fortunately, the railway station was not damaged. And we still can see a pretty great historical building there. It's a pretty green city. I love it. You know, I think that I'm really getting addicted to how quiet, green, and chilly and relaxing such a small Russian towns, provincial Russian towns with a history. Well, you know, it's not a joke. The city is already more than 1,100 years. Big time, big time. Whoa. Pretty clean, pretty quiet, pretty green. Well, I told you that here is the Soviet buildings. So next to such a Khrushchev buildings, it's a Stalinist residential building. Going through an alley. Pskov very much reminds me about Novgorod the Great because it's about the same population. The population here is 210,000 of residents. It's about the same in Novgorod the Great. And you know, the Novgorod Republic and Pskov Republic, back in those days, they were the neighbors, and actually they were the allies. Look, well, at first, Pskov was under control of Kiev. Kiev back then, which was the capital of Russia. Then it is got under control of Novgorod the Great. And then it is became also like Novgorod, independent Veche Republic. Veche, it means the council of people. So here was like their own republic. Yes, it's Russia, but its own republic, where everything was under control of the council of people. But then in the 16th century, it was also joined just Moscow, the Great Moscow Duchy. It's like joins the new Russia back in those days. And after that, like Novgorod, it is also started losing its political meaning, and then just turned to some kind of industrial city, but without any political power. Since 16th century, since Vasily and especially Ivan, Vasily the Third and Ivan the Fourth, the Terrible, all the power went to Moscow until in 1703, Peter the Great started developing the new town, the new capital of St Petersburg. We're now going through October's Prospect, October Avenue. This is like one of the central streets, and it leads right to the Pskov Kremlin. Now mostly Stalinist buildings here. During World War II, the town was damaged pretty much. So these are mostly after World War II buildings. Pskov is located already near the Estonian border. So back in the days, in 10th, 11th, 12th century, Pskov was really big because they had a connection with through the rivers. Here's two rivers, Pskova and Velikaya River, and they had the economical partnership with, let's say, Belarusian Polotsk, with Estonian Tartu and Narva, with Smolensk, and it also was a part of so-called the water pass from Varangians to Greeks. It's good to see that you're joining, dudes. We are going right to the Kremlin. And to the place where Pskov River meets Velikaya River. By the way, one of the most efficient version, that's the name of the town. It's a Gidronium. It came after the name of the river, Pskov River. Not many people in the summertime, on a weekend here. Many people are on their dachas. Now when we drove here, it's me and other bloggers with whom now I'm on a tour. Well, now they are not with me right now. They are in a hotel. They are already chilling, but not me. I'm here, I want to explore. So, okay, so when we went here, we saw a huge traffic from Pskov. That's definitely the people who go to their dachas. Many people have like a 6 days work week, and they are just finishing, or let's say they finish on Friday, but they decide to go only on Saturday to their dachas, to their summer houses. By the way, one of the things I've noticed about Pskov, I remember that last year that here is pretty long traffic lights. The delays are too long. They are too long and absolutely not equal to the traffic. I think that it has to be way shorter. It makes sense, for example, in Moscow, where traffic is huge, but not here. Hi, Mom. Got a greeting message from my mom. I'm in Pskov. Here, keep going Stalinist buildings. Well, I told you many times that we can have different opinions about the Stalin as about politician, but an architecture is architecture, and I think this architecture is good. And not only the architecture, but the comforts of the buildings. Still now, they are so much in value. Because look, they had the apartments with a tall ceilings, way taller than, let's say, in Khrushchev buildings, which came later. And even now, it's bigger than most of the new developments. There is pretty thick walls, so it's a good sound isolation, and the decoration of the buildings is better. The outside decoration. So the apartments in the building functional as inside, so it's pretty useful, it's pretty nice, as just beautiful and nice from outside, from the facades. Like here, look, different fretwork. Yeah, pretty relaxed city. I got some new super chats, have time to read it now. David Zamaripa, thank you very much, just a super sticker. Yeah, thumb up to you too. Mickey Macbeth, this is like having subscriptions to National Geographic and Hustler magazines. I can see all the places that I will never visit. That's good. That's good. It is really good that I'm opening the new locations and the new horizons for you, and that you feel like you're traveling here with me, just sitting at home. Okay, so from what I see now in Pskov also the restaurants are already working, but allowed only the summer terraces. It's not like in Moscow or in Ufa, where you already can go inside. Here, the terraces, summer terraces. München, restaurants, brewery. München since 1516. Well, that's the brewery since 1516. It's definitely not here from 1516. Okay. Now closer to the Kremlin, here I can see pre-revolutionary buildings. Well, this is pre-revolutionary building. Looks like a merchant house or maybe merchant revenue house here. And here, now there's an office of Sberbank. Sberbank, the biggest bank in Russia. I mean, the biggest by the amount, and oldest and the biggest in Russia, Sberbank. Well, you see, let's say here is no traffic lights at all. But there was a traffic light with a so huge delays, like 1 minute, to wait 1 minute. That's too much for the towns like this. But in all the rest, it's just awesome. Pretty relaxed. Well, you know, if you, let's say, have a big amount of money, or if you have a stable revenue, good revenue, it's definitely makes sense to live in a places like this. Pskov. In 3 years from now, going to celebrate 1,120 years. Imagine it is exactly 800 years older than St. Petersburg. Well, this is another Stlinist building. Нет, я город снимаю. Yeah, that man is fun. He asked me, so do I like enjoying myself? He thought that I feel myself, but actually I feel this city. I said, no, I film this city. So I enjoy this city. But okay, yeah, I can enjoy myself as well. Because am I not nice? So already over 200 people are watching, and it's time for me to remind that now I came to the town of Pskov, one of the oldest towns of Russia, founded in 903. It is located in a western parts of the European parts of Russia. It's 270 kilometers from St. Petersburg, 217 kilometers from Novgorod the Great, and 740 kilometers from Moscow. The town was founded by the Great Princess Olga. Olga, she is the one who is a pretty significant person for Russia, because in Russian history, well, let's say she baptized Russia. The baptism of Russia into an Orthodox Christianity started with her. She was married to Igor, the Prince Igor Rurikovich. They had a son, Svetoslav, and Svetoslav had a kid, Vladimir. So Vladimir then also became a great prince and also was known as Vladimir the Baptist. We are started in the historical city center from the railway station, which still exists as the original railway station of Pskov. I started from there because it's a pretty significant place in Russian history as well, because exactly staying on a station of Pskov, the last Russian Tsar, Nicholas II, he signed the abdication of his throne, and that's actually, it was at the 2nd of March 1917, and that's where the Russian Empire stopped to exist, in fact, and actually, like, juridically, legally. Abdication of his throne. He gave away his authority. Gipayan Gosh, thanks for a super chat question. What's your view of Putin? Well, there is many things about Putin I agree, and many things I am not agree. And more about it I told like 3 years ago in my interview for Yahoo channel. Check it out. This is a movie theater, unfortunately now closed. This is the movie theater, and this is another movie theater which is called Победа, also like an Ufa, victory. Meanwhile, getting closer to the Kremlin. Well, Pskov, at first it was under control of Kiev. It was a part of Kievan, so-called Kievan Rus. Then it got under control of Novgorod the Great, because if you will look at the map, you will see that Pskov region is bordering with Novgorod region. And actually they together they were creating how to say, a united territory. And look, from the parts of Pskov there goes Pskova and Velikaya River, and from the parts of Novgorod there goes Volkhov River. And actually, so there was also many situations when they were helping together, and they together fought against the enemies who was coming to their territories. For example, Livonian Order and others. Back then the wars was like a usual thing, so that's why they are created the Kremlin. And you know, and that Kremlin is really strong because look, there's a unique system of like 5 circles around the Kremlin. 3 of them still exist there, and you will see, well, like every circle it's an additional wall, and it makes it harder and harder to get through. But then Pskov got under control of Moscow, and in 16th century, same as Novgorod, it got totally under control of Moscow, the Great Moscow Duchy, and that's how was founded the Russia we all know, the Russia which is already close to nowadays Russia by its territory. Pskov was strong enough because they had an independence from Novgorod, from even Novgorod's trading ways. They are close to Estonian Tartu and Narva, to Belarusian Polotsk, to Russian Smolensk, and they are on a famous waterway from Varangians to Greeks, as it's called. So they were independent to make trading no problem. And there was the time Pskov was as strong as they are even minted their own money. And look, if they minted their own money. So we can really judge and understand that they were big. They were big because look, only only economically enough developed places can mint their money. Here is the park, one of the city parks in the center, the restaurant. One of the pre-revolutionary buildings. Unfortunately, the historical city center was damaged pretty much during the World War II. Got into the bombings of the Nazis. And here is now many old buildings like this and this. They are replaced in 1950s to the mostly Stalinist architecture residential buildings, and not only residential. Nowadays, Pskov is just a provincial and average, nice, quiet provincial town with a lot of history. One of the examples of Stalinist architecture. Monumental, festive, decorative, with a lot of fretworks. Well, I already told you that seems public transportation pretty much developed here. And that's the memorial wall of this city about the decree of the Presidium of the head consul of the Soviet Union to award Pskov as for the labor achievements. It's like the labor city, the city of labor. For achievements, for success achieved by the workers of this city, for their deserves in revolution movements and in fights against Nazi fascist interventions in the years of World War II. And here is some of late Soviet Union functionalism. Brutal, monumental, but no extras in design. Mickey Macbeth, great comments on history, architecture, and sociology. Political comments, well, those can be handled by Ronald. Correct, correct. Thank you, Mickey. Thank you for all of your super chats. As you can see recently, all the super chats led to make more videos from all over Russia. I told you many times that actually all this money goes for making more videos, more significant videos, not just to keep hanging out around Ufa, my hometown, or St. Petersburg, where I live now. Nope. It's time going out of the sandbox. Look, you guys loves asking if it's clean only in towns like Moscow, St. Petersburg. Well, no. Here is Pskov. Nowadays just like the city with a huge history. Old city, but nowadays just a provincial city. But even here, they working all the time on cleaning the streets. Look, again, that's so far the only one thing I don't like about Pskov, that the delays on the traffic lights is so long. You don't need switching the lights so long in such a chilly city. Now I'm getting closer and closer to the most significant place, to the place from where the town of Pskov is started. Kremlin, where is now Trinity Cathedral. The Great Princess Olga, she had a vision. She saw 3 sun rays from the sky going down to the ground. And they were directing on that place where Olga orders to construct the Trinity Cathedral. Whoa. You know what I smell now? I smell the spirit of a dirty socks, because these guys are smoking those electronic cigarettes. Historical city center of Pskov. Keep walking. Now let's get to the park. Let me remind you, we have started the way from the railway station, Pskov Railway Station, constructed in 1863, and fortunately it is went not damaged through the World War II. And that's, I started from there because this is also pretty significant place for Russian history. Not sure in a negative or in a positive way, but it's just a fact. The thing is staying exactly there in a train car. The last Russian emperor, Nicholas II, signed the abdication of the throne. It was at the 2nd of March 1917. It was at the 2nd of March 1917, and that's actually that's all. The end of Russian Empire, the end of Tsar's Russia, and it never got back. I mean, yeah, since then, already more than 100 years, it is not a Tsarist anymore. Okay, here we go, getting closer and closer to the Kremlin, Pskov Kremlin and Trinity Cathedral. And look, here is the monument to the Great Princess Olga staying with her grandson Vladimir. She was married to Igor Rurikovich. They had a son, Svetoslav, and Svetoslav got a son, Vladimir Sviatoslavich, Vladimir the Baptist. And look, I really like this idea of now having Olga looking like 11 centuries ago on that same place, Trinity Cathedral, where she saw those sun rays from the sky falling down on the ground. She had a vision, and that was for her the sign that exactly there she must start constructing the Trinity Cathedral and start the Pskov with that. So here we go. Olga and her grandson Vladimir. Also, look, it's not for no reason she is holding the Orthodox Christian cross, because Actually, the baptism of Russia to an Orthodox Christianity started with her. "11 centuries ago." Olga and grandson Vladimir. "11 centuries ago." She was looking exactly at the same place. Now we already can see the Trinity Cathedral, and there is Pskov Kremlin, which is called Krom, Krom. Pskov. Once again, let me tell you, that's my impression. Quiet, green, clean, chilly, safe. But too long delays for a change of the traffic lights, which is completely not equal to how loaded the traffic, because traffic is absolutely relaxing here. I would say like 0 points. Well, here the traffic jams we rate by 10 point system, where 10 is like, it's like everything is staying total collapse. 1 is like everything is free, but here it's like 0. Look, and again, the thing is, in some places there is for no reason a long delays, but in many places there is just zebra, just go, and everybody have to stop. If you go and you see only zebra, no traffic lights, that means you have a priority. Everybody have to stop just as soon as you step on zebra. But of course you have to make sure they stop. You don't have to be too much self-confidence, because yeah, douchebags exist everywhere. Yes, sunset is coming because I have started my way early in the morning and 7 a.m. And 7 a.m. Well, on a way to Pskov from St Petersburg, I've got to Gatchina. There I made a stop in a Priority Palace, Priori Palace, then Great Gatchina Palace, and the memorial estate of Vladimir Nabokov, who wrote that perverty Lolita, about an old man falling in love to 12 years girl. Well, this is kind of perverse, but officially it's a force, the most significant novel of 20th century. Whoa, Brenda Sykes, thank you so much for such a pretty significant contribution. Hello from New York. Let's show Sergey some love and support his channel. Yeah, would be great. And actually this is the support for a channel because recently you can see that all this super chats goes for visiting many different places. Like for the last 3 weeks I have visited like almost 20 cities. Well, here is an echo of the Soviet Union in the oldest city. Yeah, that's because, as I told you, the historical city center was damaged pretty much during the World War II. And all of this Stalinist buildings, as a residential, as administrative, that's actually the replacement of what was lost because of the bombings. So here we are, Kremlin, Pskov Kremlin. There, Olga, looking exactly on Trinity Cathedral. Well, you know, when she ordered to construct the Trinity Cathedral, at first it was the wooden one. This one was constructed already way later, after the old one was just burnt out in a fire. Back then the fires was a common thing. But this stone building, I mean stone cathedral, is still staying here. Well, again, pretty long for no reason delays. Of the traffic lights. Look, almost no cars. But look how many people are waiting to cross the street. Yeah, the guys don't care. They just got a beer and they jaywalk. Pskov, one of the oldest Russian towns, founded in 903. More than 1,100 years ago. Used to be one of the most developed towns of Russia, of an ancient Russia, because located not far from Estonia, other foreign countries, and has its own waterways, Pskov River and Velikaya, the Great Velikaya River. Let's see what is here. Okay, the entrance. The entrance through the tower of Saint of Gates, of Holy Gates. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Okay, here we go. The Tower of Holy Gates. Here we go now. Let me tell you that for the last 3 weeks, we saw many Kremlins, like the Kremlin in Kazan, the Kremlin in Nizhny Novgorod, in Yaroslavl, in Kostroma, Suzdal. But this Kremlin is unique because this is so-called like 5-circled Kremlin. It used to be 5 circles. 3 of them are still exist here. That means, well, what is Kremlin? It's a fortress. And what does it mean? Usually it's just like a fortress, kind of round form, the round form. And this is like 1 circle. It's 1 big wall. But here is 5 walls inside of each other. It's like matryoshka doll, you know? And 3 of those circles are still here, and we can see. So, in order for you to attack, you need to go through not the 1 wall, but through 5 walls. And for this reason, it made it like almost impregnable. Only once, for a very short period, it was captured. But again, not because of the results of the attacks, but because of the betrayal, when just some traitors just let the enemies to get in. But again, Alexander Nevsky, he liberated Pskov as well. He came and liberated the unique Pskov Kremlin. Five circles. Whoa. And here we see the basements, how to say, foundations of the constructions that used to be here. not everything stayed here until our days. The pavements. I love the pavements. The entrance to the Kremlin itself here is free. You have to pay for the tickets only if you go to some certain places inside. But to walk here, you can just for free. But notice it works until 10 p.m. Well, I still have like I have enough of time, yes, to walk here and show you around. This is also the ruins of the constructions that used to be here. This is the remains of a church of intercession of the most holy mother of gods, 14th century, and the descent of the Holy Spirit, 14th century. But you know, ruins, to see the ruins, also interesting to see because it's like untouched. Yeah, like you know, we perfectly knows that in Russia, the masters knows how to renovate the buildings and they looks like new. But here you can see how it really looked like back in those days, untouched. Anyway, you can get this feel. Okay, one of these circles of the Kremlin, that's what I told you about. 5 circles here. 5 circles used to be here. And every circle defended the Kremlin. The town. Okay. Ладно. Okay, okay. Хорошо, спасибо. So it's like it's opened until 10 p.m. but they start to gone people away earlier, or maybe today they are getting closer early, who knows. Look, unfortunately, the belfry of Trinity Cathedral now under the reconstruction. Trinity Cathedral. So let me tell you that in 903, the city was founded after the Great Princess Olga had a vision. 3 sun rays falling down on the ground and directed on this place. And here she orders to construct Trinity Cathedral. Back then it wasn't like this. It was another one, wooden one. Later, unfortunately, it is burnt in fire, and they are constructed this one, the stone cathedral. And actually Kremlin around the Trinity Cathedral as the central place of the town started to be formed from the already the very beginning, more or less. Now here is the church, the cathedral, the belfry, and the chamber. The chambers where the residents of the Kremlin are living. You see those narrow windows there? That's in order to shut the enemies from their being in safety. Well, look at this entrance. Well, exactly this Trinity Cathedral, the stone one, was developed already in 1699, in the very beginning of 18th century. Big time. And here, as far as I remember correct, from what I've read, this cross now staying on a place where used to be another church, the Annunciation Church or Cathedral. Unfortunately, so many things from ancient Russia for this or that reason were lost. At the same time, need to give respect and to say that many stuff was preserved. Trinity Cathedral. Big time. Pskov. Россия. Это Россия. 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 This is a sunset. Pskov, founded 903. Россия, Россия, Россия. Большое время. Большое время. Большое время. The history. Can you see this? The history, roots. Tinker Toy 701. Great vlog as always. Thank you for doing what you do, Sergey. Welcome, big time. Welcome. А там сейчас есть к воде выход? К воде выход есть?
Конечно. К воде вот хотите слева спуститесь, хабор выбор, так по кругу.
А красивее откуда? А красивее откуда пройти?
А?
Красивее откуда пройти? Ну чтоб
Вот смотрите, закат оттуда, как вам удобнее снимать? Вот сейчас закат, я думаю, вам отсюда лучше идти,
окей.
чтобы съемка лучше.
Хорошо.
Ага. Будет в спину вам.
Спасибо. Понял. Спасибо. Спасибо. Спасибо.
Или левую сторону двери. Левую.
Ага. Спасибо. Pretty helpful security guards. Now we will go to the embankments of Pskova and Velikaya, which means the Great River. Россия. Россия. Continue, by the way, in the same time to watch how is this unique five-circled Kremlin looks like from the outside. True Russia, real Russia. Well, I told you these days, I told you that these days Russia in my videos will be as real as never before yet. Wow. Pskov River. And here is saved the pre-revolutionary architecture. Россия. Россия. Atom bomb 31458. Wow, lovely buildings and setting. They are not just lovely, but they are pretty significant. That's the point. It's Trinity Cathedral again. Looking at this from another angle. And look, here is a great thing to tell you once again. Well, I told about this already many times, but like the new people are joining all the time. And here we can see exactly why the Kremlins usually were founded next to the river, on a hill next to the river. Well, first off, river from one side, it was the main transportation path. It's a first, but from the points of defense, it was also good. It's a water. Then from water, you need to get on a land. Then you need to climb on just a natural hill. And then yet to go through the huge, thick, tall wall. And only after that, look, and being shot at through those little shooting windows. You see? And only after that, you could get a chance to get inside of the fortress, because Kremlin, it literally means fortress. I see. I wonder if you ever watched this on CNN. Wow, sunset is beautiful today. And I'm going to the most significant place, I think. It's where Pskov River meets Velikaya River. Big time. Whoa. And by the way, no filter, because now I stream and I stream from my phone and it all goes live. Here is no filter. I have no any chance now to make the color correction. But you know, here is no need any filters. You should make the documentary. Well, I used to make more like documentary type of videos, but unfortunately they are somehow not as popular as the live streams. I had some people complaining about it. That's like, no, I'm making too much of live streams. But come on. Well, anyway, soon I will get back to more like a regular videos. Just now it's a summer and needs catching up the time. You know what I mean? Catching up the time. I mean like to film, to make live streams while it's possible, because soon, you know, soon, the the days will be short, and it will be cold, and it will be easier to make just more edited videos. John W. Hello from Phoenix, Arizona. Your live streams are awesome and my favorite thing on YouTube right now. Keep up the great work. Big time. Big time. Thank you and welcome. Ronald, there would be no live streams if not me. Well, correct. You really crushed me enough to start making the live streams. Correct. Thank you. Россия. Россия. So here we are. Here we are. The most significant place of Pskov. Pskova River meets Velikaya. Velikaya, the great river. And that's exactly where, in a vision of the great Princess Olga in 903, she saw the sun rays, three sun rays, the Trinity sun rays was directing to start the city, the town. Whoa. This is so big time. Whoa, big time. Это Россия. Россия. Величие, мощь. Невероятнейшая глубина культуры. Россия. Россия, Russia. It's unbelievable depth of history and culture. Россия. Unbelievable. here we are. Once again, Velikaya, the Great River, meets Pskov River. The main thing with live stream is better revenue, which enables him to do more. Correct. Спасибо, Sergey. You're a boss. Welcome. Пожалуйста, as we say, пожалуйста. In Russian language, пожалуйста, depending on context, can mean please or you're welcome. Россия. 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 Wow, the ducks. Wow. Don't forget likes if you love what you see. Это Россия. Это Россия. Это Россия. Да, слышал. Торчать здесь? Как здесь можно торчать? Вау. Can you see this Это Россия. You can come to Pskov just to see this. Wow. When I was coming here last year, there wasn't such a sunset. I had to go away. I had to go away early because of the last suburban train, which is Lastочка, the swallow. Sarah, gorgeous evening. Thank you, Sergey. Welcome, welcome, Sarah. Welcome anytime. I actually feel blessed now that I have such a chance representing Russia for the world. Deepayan Ghosh, thank you for super chat question. This is iPhone 11. Well, hard to believe. Hard to believe this is real. No filter. The only thing I wish that I can say that in real it looks much better than on camera. Well, and on camera, even on camera, it looks cool, but in real now even better because look, I'm trying to look not in camera but just on a natural picture. Then I compare. It's cool, but not as cool, but still cool. Wow. Sergey, what you've been doing is a true blessing to all of us. You're a great representative for Russia. Thank you. Trying to do my best. This is Russia. Россия. 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 Mark Boss, can you go to Cruiser Aurora sometimes? Thanks. I think I can, but now the museums are still closed in St. Petersburg. But yeah, it works. Normally, it works every day, or almost every day, as at the museum. Panorama. Scarlet Mary, correct. Россия. This is Russia in Russian. Do you have wide angle lens? Well, if you film just using the camera just directly through the phone, I have a super wide camera, but I'm not sure why this function is getting lost when I actually show the camera through the YouTube application. Maybe soon they will add this possibility. I think it will be so. On iPhone 11, there's actually a huge possibility to film in a super wide, at least if talk about the front camera. Not sure why this function is not available when you film through the application. I think that they will take care about it. And look here, the sign "Россия начинается здесь." Russia begins here, which is truth actually, because this is one of the oldest, of the very first cities of an ancient Russia, like Staraya Ladога and Old Ladoga, as Novgorod the Great. Россия начинается здесь. It's a huge letters. It's especially for those to see who will drive by car or by bus through that bridge, or through the ship, through the boat. Россия начинается здесь. Yeah. Russia begins here. Whoa. Вот. Россия начинается здесь. Это Россия. Россия. Whoa. JJNS Heaven on Earth. Yeah. And that's where I think that's going to be an ideal place to finish this video, on the backgrounds of absolutely beautiful and fantastic and awesome big time sunset on a place where Velikaya, the Great River, meets Pskov River. Dupayan Gosh. In the end of the video, also gonna read some of your super chats. Love your, I mean, not some, but those which came. I read all the super chats. Dupayan Gosh, love your live streams, but also release shorter 20-22 minutes videos of your streams later on. Would love to see various cities of Russia again. Yeah, it would be maybe would make sense, but it's a lot of work of like re-rendering all of my live streams and making them for 20-22 minutes. And after all, this is going to overload my upload list, which is no good. Those who are interested in the subject, it doesn't matter how long is the video, they will watch it, and it's always possible to how to say, like, fast forwards. Okay, so, and I even recommend to fast forwards. You no need like to watch the whole video from the very first second to the last second without fast forwarding. For example, if you see I just go until the place, well, you may not wait for all the way I'm going. You can fast forward that moment. Okay, the sunset is almost done. And same as this live stream. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for watching. Now this is the moments when I have to stop. When I have to stop here, because I think this is an ideal place to stop. It was Pskov, one of the oldest towns of Russia, founded in 903, exactly here on the place of intersection of Velikaya the Great and Pskov River. And actually Pskov, that's the Gidronim, most probably the Gidronim from the name of the river, Pskov River, the town of Pskov. This is absolutely a great, chilly town. Thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for your likes. If you forgot to like, give like. And of course, thanks for your support. Thanks for super chats, super stickers. Also, never forget supporting the channel on my webpage, realrussiablog.com/road trip. You can find the link in the description to this video. Thankful to these contributions. I keep traveling and showing more and more unique places for you. Okay, bye for now. See you tomorrow. And in the end, just panorama.